Oh, good morning, everyone. It's November 7th. Um, I'm going to show you my available juvenile breeding stock. Um, some are ready now to be shipped. Others will be ready in a couple weeks. But basically, it's the same strains I've been breeding for a long time. Some have some really good improvements. Some are just always consistent. My basics, my half-black AOC leopards, my half-black purples, my half-black greens, half-black blues, hopefully it'll be ready by January. Half-black reds, I have some really nice half-black reds going. I'm doing really well with half-black reds this season. I'm in first place in the IFGA. I'm in first place, I think, with my half-black purples also, as well as my half-black AOCs. If you look at the show standards on the IFGA website. But anyway, I try to finish in the top 5 at the end of the season. So last year I did come in, I think, 5th. But because I sell a lot of fish, I don't have that many I show all the time. This year I'm going to try to set more aside for showing. So I'm doing really good with it. I'm really happy with my blue-green bicolors. That did come out of a Moscow line, but I made a little variations a few years ago, and they're breeding true. And people that buy them and breeding them are really happy with the results. My AOC bicolors, which are my cobras that come out of my half-black AOCs, are really good showfish. I don't get these cobras out of the half-black AOCs too often, but this time around I took, I had a couple of female, gray-bodied females from the half-blacks that had no half-black, and I bred them to the sibling cobras, and I set the line. It's going on 3 years now, and I'm pretty happy with those also. My blues, I'm not going to be selling my blues, I don't know, this year. I have some I might make available. They're just too valuable to me. I worked really hard getting them to where they are now, and I really want to win the blue class. So, came in 2nd last year. Anyway, in the beginning of the video, you'll see most of my breeders, okay? Not all of them. Some breeders I just recently set up. And then towards the end, as usual, I'll show all the available breeding stock, whether they're young juveniles that'll be ready soon or those that are ready now. But you'll see my strains are very consistent. I don't change from month to month. I don't bring in too many new fish. Very rare I bring in something different, totally different, unless I get something a fellow breeder friend of mine might have that I'm impressed with. I don't get fish from Asia. I don't go to Aquabit to buy my fish. As you see, I haven't been on Aquabit for almost 2 years now. I just don't want to be associated with those people. My fish are a step above. Anyway, so I'm gonna start the video. Have a good day. And if you want to get in touch with me, don't use the email on YouTube. I've been trying to change it because people are complaining. My email address on my website seems to be giving errors. I do get all my emails, but just use BRONXYOGI at gmail.com, bronxyogi@gmail.com. But I do get all my emails, so disregard any other messages. Okay, so now the video will start. Thank you. This is my other line of my purples. Big size, big purples. There's some greens. This is just this is one drop. I should have culled it a while ago. I haven't been selling the greens I hope to have some shortly. These are not the whitetails. These are my regular greens. You can see there's some males in there that aren't solid or whatever. I think it's time I say adios to this tank. I know they look like nice big fish. There's not going to be a show for quite a while. Not until April. I won't sell fish this big. It's just not fair to the customer getting fish this large to only live maybe 2 or 3 months, because big fish like this don't adapt well in new aquariums. They might do well at a show, but then again they're coming back to me after a show and I know how to condition them. Hobbyists get fish this big as breeding stock. They'll start complaining after 6-7 weeks that the fish died, I didn't get babies or whatever. So I don't sell fish this big. There's a tank of young blues. Probably gonna sell this. There's I think 2 females in here, a few males. I might sell this tank just the way it is. If you're interested, email me. It's my good line of blues. Females have had babies already. I just have so many blues. This is a group tank of half-black AOCs. Almost every male is identical. These are females from the alternate line. I keep 2 lines, breed them brother to sister for maybe 3 generations, and then I'll cross the A and the B line together. They're basically the same strain, but they're genetically diluted. So the genes aren't that concentrated and start losing size or losing pattern. Something you can't learn overnight. It's an acquired knowledge. And I've been doing this for almost 50 years. Alright, so that's it. So the juveniles will start soon. So here's a tank of half-black reds that I'm breeding out of. The reason I'm breeding them, I'm finding my half-black reds are more prolific when there's multiple males and they're breeding in a group. So I know these had babies already. There's already black feces on the floor. They were set up in September. I'll start taking babies from these probably by December, January. These are half black red breeders. These are young breeders. Caudal color is excellent. And the half black body on, I'd say 60% of the males are half black rather than that blue. A half blue body on a red-tailed fish, some people think are half black reds. Entered in the IFGA, you'll be disqualified. It has to be black, 60% black. Here are my half black blue breeders waiting for fry. Set these up October 24th to get some fry. I sold out all my half black blues really quick. By September I was out of half black blues, and I got a little lazy setting up breeders and I almost got caught by surprise. There's a line of full greens I'm working on. My friend Tom Joffred from Pennsylvania sent me some, so I'm working on these. Got some fried. These might have come out of Tim Massol's line, but I'm not really sure. I think the parents of these that Tom Joffred received were in an auction at one of the clubs up in the Northeast. But I have fry from these already. I just have to evaluate them, see if they're worth offering for sale. I won't sell fish that aren't true breeding. There's some young of my American purples I set up. This male I'm breeding back to the sisters from the mother that bared him. These were virgins. These females were about 8 months old. The male's about maybe 12, 13 weeks. But he's dark, good color, good purple under the lights. And I really like the attractiveness of the purple pectorals. Now my other line of purples, although they're a nice purple, they're not dark. And they lack the purple pectorals, which isn't really a plus or minus for points. There are my half-black AOCs. As you can see, I kept a couple fry in here, and one of them turned out to be a cobra, which is also a shellfish. I have a feeling I'm going to keep breeding this line the way it is, rather than breed it back. If I get 50% half-black AOCs that I can show, and 50% cobras that I can show in the AOC bicolor class, I'm going to go for it. It'll be an unusual strain. Nobody has a strain like that. There's some older purples. There are some blue breeders. You'll notice this blue male has a lot of blue in the body. Some would say it's a Moscow. It is not. This is selective breeding. They were not like this when I originally got them a few years back. All my blues came from a single blue female that was in an auction donated by Jim Grawley from Ohio. And from that one drop that one female gave me, I made 2 alternate lines, an A and a B, of my blues. And I've been doing very well with them. This is my regular, this is my, I would call this my A line. I don't know if this male's going to come forward. But the females here have a little more of a shark tail rather than a round caudal. That's why I call this my other line. Very prolific. The males are not as dark on this line, but the females give bigger sized males. Same strain. One type female produces the dark body blues, and the other type female, I won't get the dark body, but I get good blues. They do show well, but they're larger. Larger caudals. Another tank of young purples. These are F3s from Tom Allen from Chicago. He gave me some greens which turned out to be purple. So this is 3rd generation now. I don't know if these are going to come to the front or not. This is another line I have back here. These are all my fry down here. Here are some half-black purples breeders. I know they might look black on the video, but they're not black. These is a new line of reds I'm making. These were all developed in my fish room. I didn't get these from nobody. These popped up out of my half-black reds. without the half black body, like a blue saddle. I'm breeding them now back to my blues, blue females. I'm trying to make a line that are gray-bodied reds, because eventually the red class in the IFGA is not going to allow gold-bodied reds in that class at the shows. Gold reds will be shown in the gold class. It hasn't been finalized by the judging board yet, but I see that in the future, that the gold red class, the gold in the red class will not be allowed. And so I'm trying to get a jump on it. These are really big-bodied fish, and let's see what happens. I'm always trying to be creative. These are not available. There's another tank of blue breeders. I don't know, that AOC bicolor male just jumped in there the other day. I was moving fish around. I've gotten babies from these, so I'm not worried about that male. There's another tank of reds, half black reds. I've had these almost 6 years now. This is the best I've had them so far. I only started showing them at the annual. I haven't shown my reds in a long time. These have Jean Bordier blood in them. I was able to acquire several different lines of half black reds, neither of which I was happy with. They all had problems. But I was fortunate to get some half black red females from my friend Scott Williams in California. We made a trade, and he sent me some nice dark females. Basically look like the females that are in this tank. And from those females, picking my best half black red males, selectively breeding for several generations, I think I finally locked on to a good half black male and nice females. I don't show females. These are also going to be a little dark. These are greens, half black greens. These are old breeders that are still productive. Way too old to show these fish. My half black leopards. These are breeders also. Like I said, all the breeders I'm going to put in the forward half of this video. These are my cobras. AOC bicolors. So another line of my half black AOCs. Males will usually get beat up being with the females for a long time in a small tank. These are only 5-gallon tanks. So they get a little bit nipped up, especially when they're starting to drop and the male's getting a little frustrated. Or even another female's just getting a little annoyed. You know, they'll take little nips out of them. That's the reason why the quarters are kind of beat up. These are some more half black purples. Right now,